you. Just you. Come, sit by the fire. There's plenty of room here. You must be very tired from your journey. I understand how you feel. My own journey has been very tiring. I have been on the road for many months. Who am I? I am a man who has been seeking justice for a wrong. You see, I was raised by a very kind man named Garion. We lived in the monastery at Candlekeep, and life was very good until he was taken from us in the night. We were attacked by assailants, and his life was taken. Now I am on a journey to find the man who took him from us. But my quest has become far more urgent. You have heard of the Iron Crisis, have you not? Where iron metal is crumbling into dust? There is rumor of war with the Kingdom of An. If the true culprit of this, and somehow it is connected to Garion's death, if the true culprit of the Iron Crisis is not found and stopped, the entire Sword Coast will be drenched in the blood of war. Well, now you see my quest is quite urgent. And that is the story of Baldur's Gate. Developed by Black Isle Studios and published by Bioware, it was the first game that had that Bioware magic that everyone mourns. That magic that died at Bioware. There have been other D&D games before Baldur's Gate, yes, but nothing like this. This was something completely new. Stories were rich. The characters were detailed. You had branching paths. You had your choices and dialogue mattered. What you did mattered, affected the ending of the game. No one had ever seen storytelling in a game like this before. It was an incredible phenomenon. And then there was a second game, Baldur's Gate 2. And now, through Larian Studios, there is Baldur's Gate 3. Now, Black Isle and Bioware also tackled the Icewind Dale stories. All of them set in the Forgotten Realms, the most popular and most expensive of the D&D settings. There were 2 Icewind Dale games. Today, we're going to take a brief look at the first game in the series, Baldur's Gate. Did you hear that? Goblins. Everyone, roll for initiative. And now we are here in Baldur's Gate Enhanced Edition. Now, again, reiterate, this is the Enhanced Edition. You cannot play the original version of Baldur's Gate that was released in 1998 on a modern system. In order to be able to get it to properly work, be able to scale the UI and support, higher resolutions like, 1080p or 720 or 1440p, you would have to have downloaded a series of mods in order to make it work. A lot of these early games from Bioware and Black Isle, like the Baldur's Gate games, the Icewind Dale games, and even Planescape Torment, all needed mods to make them work on modern hardware. Well, then Beamdog has come back and they have released these enhanced editions. They didn't modify any of the games, the story or anything in the games. These are the original, this is the original Baldur's Gate, completely intact, unaltered. But it's been enhanced so that it will support modern resolutions, and you can do UI scaling to make the scale of the UI up for whatever resolution you're working on. So that is what was done with this. So we are, again, I am playing the original Baldur's Gate here. This is not an altered version. This is the full intact game. I'm going to go through character creation and a little bit of the early game, but I'm not going to do a full playthrough because that would take hours and hours and hours. Actually, this is the sort of game where you would devote yourself to weeks playing it. This is not a game that you can just sit down in an evening and go through. These games took you weeks, maybe even months to play. I'm not joking. These games could take you a long time to play through. If you're not devoting a lot of hours to it. I mean, if you're playing all day, you could probably knock this out in a week or two. But if you were like, if you kind of like come home from school or come home from a job and you're sitting down and enjoying this game, it could easily take you a month or more to get through this game. There's easily over 100 hours of story here. This is a huge game, even for back then. That's why I said this is such a quantum leap for D&D games back in the day. And then Larian Studios just knocks it out of the park with the third game in this franchise. And my hope is that they go back and they do Icewind Dale, an Icewind Dale 3. We need a game that does a proper representation of Drizzt Do'Urden. We need a proper representation of him and Brunar, Battlehammer, and Canterbury, and all of them. We need them properly in the game because the past Dark Alliance game, that was not them. This is set in the Forgotten Realms universe. That is the most expansive of the D&D universes that were created. There were several. I think one's called Greyhawk, then there's Dark Sun, and Ravenloft. Dragonlance is another big popular one. This one and Dragonlance are the two really big popular ones. And then there's Planescape, of course. But this is the one that the Forgotten Realms is the one that has the most lore, the most stories to it. Most D&D novels were written in the Forgotten Realms, and a lot of source material was created for the Forgotten Realms, and it's just built out the lore and the world building for this. It's just enormous. Whenever you think about D&D, you're gonna think Forgotten Realms, and this is what it's set in. The continent of Faerun. We're talking about city-states and different city-states and stuff like Baldur's Gate and the Kingdom of On and Waterdeep. Neverwinter Nights, that is another Forgotten Realms game. Neverwinter is another city-state. Icewind Dale, that's an actual region in the Forgotten Realms. It's I think it's the 5 towns where they have the lakes up there, and their biggest export is Scrimshaw, which is carvings made from the bones of the knucklehead trout up there. So I know quite a bit about this. I'm not an expert in Forgotten Realms, but I know quite a bit about it. Anyway, let's stop rambling and get into the game. So we have here Baldur's Gate and the Black Pits. The Black Pits was a expansion released for this. So we're going to enter Baldur's Gate. And there's going to be a short cinematic. This doesn't really touch too much on the story. I don't know who this particular character is or who these particular characters are yet. Never actually finished this game. Never actually gotten a chance to finish this game. I played through quite a bit of it.
No, you can't. I will be the last. You will go first. Please.
I did that. These were peak cinematics back then. This game was such a big deal back in the day. There were D&D games before this, but nothing like this. Nothing to this scale before. Alright, single player, new game. Okay, we got into the character creator. So, going to choose my gender. There are only 2, as there should be. Alright, now, I'm gonna choose my appearance. I'm gonna make a cleric. So, oh, you could make a good, but that would be good for a paladin. There. A dwarf? There's a dwarf in my game. An elf? That's a halfling. That's a half, I think that's a half orc. That's another halfling? Not sure what the hell that is. That would be ranger or druid. What would make a good... Oh, that's definitely ranger. Make a good cleric image. This is important. This is not what your character will look like in the game world. This is for their card that will sit up here. This is where your party members are. So there's a lot of these. Don't remember if they have tieflings in this. I don't think tieflings came along yet in D&D. No, he's a little old. Oh, would this work? That looks more like a necromancer, but I don't think there's that in the game. He's got a staff. That would be more like a wizard. Ah, here we go. He's holding a blade. Where is he? No. Okay, we're back around. You know what? I'm going to choose this one. Even though this would be good for paladin, I'm going to choose this one as cleric. So, race, yes. Wizards of the Coast, race. So, I am going to be... I'm going to choose... Let's see... Half-elf. Half-elf, mix of human and elven blood. They are handsome folk with good features from each of their parent races. A half-elf has curiosity, inventiveness, and ambition of their human ancestors, and the refined senses, love of nature, and artistic tastes of their elven ancestors. Half-elves have the following traits: 30% resistance against charm and sleep magics. Infravision. Yes, in D&D, elves, halflings, and dwarves can see heat at night. They have the ability to see at night. They can see heat. So that's infravision. 10% pickpockets, 5% hide in shadows. That would make for good thief. But I'm going to be a cleric. Or I could be an elf. See, 90% resistance against charm and sleep magics. Improvision. +1 to hit armor class 0. Bonus with bows, short swords, and long swords. I'm not going to be either, because as a cleric, I can't use bladed weapons unless I do a chaotic evil cleric. You know what? I'm just gonna go with human. Okay. Class. Okay, there's fighter. Let me go through each here. These are what was available then. This is a sort of a look back at what was available then in Dungeons and Dragons. So, the fighter is a champion, swordsman, soldier, and brawler who lives or dies by his knowledge of weapons and tactics. Fighters can be found at the front of any battle, contesting toe-to-toe with monsters and villains. A good fighter needs to be strong and healthy if he hopes to survive. Class features: may wear helmets, may wear any armor or use any weapon, may achieve Grand Mastery, 5 slots with any weapon class, may achieve Specialization, 2 slots in any fighting style, and allocate 3 slots in 2 weapon styles. Hit die D10. Ranger. Ranger is a warrior and a woodsman who is skilled with weapons and is knowledgeable in the ways of the forest. The ranger often protects and guides lost travelers and honest peasant folk. A ranger needs to be strong and wise in the ways of nature to live a full life. Class features: may wear helmets, may wear any armor and use any weapon, may not exceed specialization. May not exceed specialization 2 slots in any weapon class. May achieve specialization 2 slots in any fighting style. Begins specialized 2 slots in 2 weapon styles and may place a 3rd slot into it. May select a racial enemy which grants a +4 to hit and damage rolls against the selected enemy race. May use the Charm Animal ability once per day. Gains 1 use at level 1 and additional use every 2. That's the one thing with also classic D&D, is that a lot of spells were very limited, where you could only cast like them once a day, and like wizards had to memorize their spells every day in order to cast them and use them. It was really limited then. May use the Hide in Shadows ability while wearing no armor. No armor, leather armor, or studded leather armor. May cast druidic spells starting at level 8. Alignment restricted to good. And hit die D10. Prime prerequisites for dual classing: strength, dexterity, and wisdom. Paladins. A paladin is a warrior bold and pure, the exemplar of everything good and true. Like the fighter, the paladin is a person of action and combat. However, the paladin lives for the ideals of righteousness, justice, honesty, piety, and chivalry, and strives to be a living example of these virtues so that others may learn from him as well as gain by his actions. Class features: may wear helmets, may wear any armor or any weapon, may not exceed specialization 2 slots in any weapon class, may achieve specialization 2 slots in any fighting style, and allocate 3 slots in 2 weapon style. May use Lay on Hands ability once per day to heal a target for 2 hit points per level of the paladin. May cast Detect Evil once per day per level. Starts at 1st level with 4 uses. May cast Protection from Evil once per day. Starts at 1st level with 1 use. May turn undead as a cleric 2 levels lower. Starts at level 3. May cast Priest spell starting at level 9. Receives a +2 bonus to all saving throws. Alignment restricted to lawful good. Hit die D10. Cleric. That's the one I'm going to choose. I played Cleric in D&D in college. Had a Warhammer, and it created thunder every time I threw it. Okay, the Cleric is a generic priest of any mythos who tends to the spiritual needs of a community. Though he is both protector and healer, he is not purely defensive. When evil threatens, the cleric is well suited to seek it out on its own ground and destroy it. The opposite is true of evil clerics as well, and there are also many variations in between, like the clerics of Loth in Menzoberranzan with the Dark Elves. They are nasty. May wear helmets, may wear any armor, so there's no armor restrictions. May only use non-bladed, non-piercing weapons, warhammers, clubs, flails, mace, quarterstaffs, and slings. May only become proficient one slot in any weapon class. May only become proficient one slot in any fighting style. May turn undead. May cast priest spells. Hit die D8. Prime prerequisites for dual classing. Wisdom. Druid. The druid serves the cause of nature and neutrality. The wilderness is his community, and he uses his special powers to protect it and to preserve balance in the world. Class features. May only wear non-metallic armor. This is where a lot of some of the restrictions came in. I understand that a lot of these restrictions have been lessened now in more modern D&D rules, but back then they were a lot more strict. May only equip bucklers and non-metallic shields. May only use the following weapons: scimitar, dagger, club, spear, quarterstaff, dart, and sling. May only become proficient one slot in any weapon class. May only become proficient one slot in any fighting style. May cast druidic spells. 7th level, may shapeshift into a wolf, black bear, or brown bear once per day. Yes, I know about the bear thing in Baldur's Gate 3. They don't actually show the act when it's happening. There's a squirrel holding a nut and it drops it comedically. 15th level, becomes immune to poison. 18th level, gains 10% resistance to cold, fire, electricity, and acid. Gains a further 10% resistance at level 21 and 24. Alignment restricted to true neutral. A hit die D8. Prime prerequisites for dual classing, wisdom and charisma. Okay, mage. The wizard strives to be a master of magical energies, shaping them and casting them as spells. To do so, he studies strange tongues and obscure facts and devotes much of his time to magical research. A wizard must rely on knowledge and wit to survive. Wizards are rarely seen adventuring without a retinue of fighters and men-at-arms, because there are different styles or schools of magic. There are different types of wizards. The mage studies all types of magic and learns a wide variety of spells. His broad range makes him well suited to the demands of adventuring. So basically they're glass cannons. Let's see. May not wear any armor. Again, glass cannons. May only use the following weapons: daggers, quarterstaffs, darts, and slings, so they're going to rely mostly on their magic. May only become proficient one slot in any weapon style. May not place any slots in any fighting style. May cast arcane spells. Hit die a D4. Yeah, just one whack across the head and they're dead. Primary prerequisite for dual classing intelligence. Thief. Okay, thief. To accomplish his goals, for good or ill, the thief is a skilled pilferer. Cunning, nimbleness, and stealth are his hallmarks. Whether he turns his talent against innocent innocent passersby and wealthy merchants or oppressors and monsters is a choice for the thief to make. Okay. Class features. May not wear armor heavier than studded leather. May not equip shields larger than bucklers. Bucklers, they're those little round shields that go on your arm. They're small. May only use the following weapons: long sword, short sword, katana, scimitar, dagger, club, quarterstaff, crossbow, short bow, dart, and sling. May only become proficient one slot in any weapon class. May only become proficient one slot in any fighting style. May distribute 25 points per level, 40 at level 1, in thieving abilities: open locks, pick locks, find traps, move silently, hide in shadows, detect illusion, set traps. Starts with the base scores of 10% in open locks, 5% in find traps, 15% in pickpockets, 10% in move silently, and 5% in hide in shadows. May backstab for increased damage. And here's the range. May use the set snare ability once per day. Gains 1 use at level 1 and additional use every 5 levels thereafter. Set snare. To set a trap in the chosen location when no hostile creatures are in sight. Traps grow more powerful with the thief's level and can only be triggered by enemies. First level deals 2d8 plus 5 missile damage. 11th level deals 2d8 plus 5 missile damage and additionally deals 2d6 poison damage per round for the next 3 rounds. 16th level deals 3d8 plus 5 missile damage and 4d8 plus 2 fire damage. Ouch. 21st level deals 3d8 plus 5 missile damage and 20 points damage with no saving throw. Slays target if a save versus death with a +4 bonus is failed. Ouch. Alignment restricted to any except lawful good. Excuse me. Hit die d6. Again, glass cannon. Primary prerequisite for dual classing dexterity. We're almost done. Bard. The Bard is a rogue, but he is very different from the thief. The Bard's strength is his pleasant and charming personality. With it and his wits, he makes his way through the world. A bard is a talented musician and a walking storehouse of gossip, tall tales, and lore. He learns a little bit about everything that crosses his path and is a jack of all trades but master of none. While many bards are scoundrels, their stories and songs are welcome almost everywhere. Class features: may not wear armor heavier than chainmail. Spells cannot be cast while wearing armor. Another one of those odd restrictions in old D&D. May not equip shields larger than bucklers. May only become proficient one slot in any weapon class. May only become proficient in any fighting style. Thieving abilities, pickpockets. Increased lore score. May cast arcane spells starting at 2nd level. May use bard song abilities. While active, the bard song has the following effects: restore morale to its average value, remove fear, protection from fear, alignment restricted to any neutral, and hit die d6. Okay. Sorcerer. Sorcerers are practitioners of magic who were born with the innate ability to cast spells. It is thought that the blood of some powerful creatures flows through their veins. Perhaps they are the spawn of the gods themselves, or even dragons walking in humanoid form. Regardless, the sorcerer's magic is intuitive rather than logical. They know fewer spells than mages and acquire spells more slowly, but they can cast spells more often and have no need to select and prepare spells ahead of time. Sorcerers cannot specialize in magic the way mages do. Other than these differences, a sorcerer is very similar to a mage. Okay, so, class features: may not wear any armor, may only use the following weapons: dagger, quarterstaff, dart, sling. May only become proficient in only one weapon style. May not place any slots in fighting style. May cast arcane spells. May not scribe spells into their spell book as mages do. Instead, sorcerers learn a small amount of spells at each level, which they can cast daily without memorization. And hit die is a d4. Monk. Monks are warriors who pursue perfection through contemplation as well as action. They are versatile fighters, especially skilled in combat without weapons or armor. Though monks cannot cast spells, they have a unique magic of their own. They channel a subtle energy called ki, which allows them to perform amazing feats. The monk's best known feat is their ability to stun an opponent with an unarmed blow. Features: may not wear any armor, may only use weapons available to the thief class, may only become proficient in one weapon class, may only become proficient in single weapon styles, and may not put slots into any other style. Moves 2 points faster than other characters. Movement rate further improves by 1 every 5 levels. May make 1 unarmed attack per round. An additional 1 to 2 attack per round is gained every 3 levels. Damage dealt by unarmed attacks increases with level as follows. And it gives the range. Here, there's the D6, D8, D10, D12, and D20 as you go up in levels. At level 9, unarmed attacks are treated as a +1 magic weapon and get a +1 bonus to hit and damage rolls. This enchantment improves at +2 for level 12, +3 level 15, and +4 for level 25. Receives a +2 bonus to saving throws versus magic. Deflect missile. +1 bonus to armor class versus missile attack every 3 levels. In other words, you can literally bat arrows out of the air. Let's see. Starts with an armor class of 9 at first level and gains an additional +1 bonus every 9 levels. May use the stunning blow ability once per day. Gains 1 use at level 1 and additional use every 4 levels thereafter. Stunning blow. All successful attacks within the next round force the victim to save versus spell or be stunned. This special ability automatically modifies normal attacks. No targeting needs to be done. 5th level. Becomes immune to all disease and cannot be slowed or hasted. 7th level. May use the lay on hands ability on himself to heal 2 hit points per level. 8th level gains a +1, gains a -1 to speed factor. That should be a +1. It should be faster, not slower. Speed factor. Yeah, that should be a +1, not a -1. That must be a typo. It must be a weird typo. Level 9 gains a +1 to all saving throws and becomes immune to charm. 11 becomes immune to poison. 12 gains additional... okay, the gains additional -1 to speed factor. Okay, this must be a typo by the devs. This should be a +1 because these guys should be very fast. 13th may use the Quivering Palm ability once per day. Quivering Palm. The next successful attack forces the opponent to save versus spell or die. This special ability automatically modifies normal attacks. No targeting needed. No targeting needs to be done. Whoo! To save versus death. In other words, death blow. Damn. 14th level gains +3 magical resistance per level. Damn. Starting with 42% at level 14. 20th level becomes immune to non-magical weapons. Alignment restricted to lawful. A hit die, D8. And the last one, Shaman. Okay. Shamans forge a divine connection with the natural world, similar to the way druids commune with nature, but shamans are more spiritual than primal. They directly tap into the energies that flow through the earth and air, through plants and animals, and even through the dead, and shape these energies to obey their will. Nowhere is this more evident than in their ability to summon powerful spirits as guardians and defenders. A being of two worlds, shamans value balance over dominance. Okay, so may only wear leather, studded armor, and hide armor. May not equip shields larger than a buckler. May only use the following weapons: daggers, clubs, spears, axe, quarterstaff, darts, slings, and short bows. May only become proficient in one weapon class. May only become proficient in only one fighting style. May cast druidic spells. Does not automatically learn all spells of a given level as druids do. Instead, shamans select new spells to learn at each level, which they can cast daily without memorization. Gains immediate access to a number of shaman-specific spells, which can be cast like any other. Spirit Ward, Writhing Fog, Spiritual Clarity, Spirit Fire, Recall Spirit, Spiritual Lock, and Ether Gate. Gains use of the Detect Illusion skill with 20% points as a base, and a 4 points per level, up to a maximum of 100% at level 20. In other words, at level 20 they can detect any illusion. May use Druidic Dance at will. Druidic Dance. Shamans can summon spirit allies by performing a ritualistic dance. While dancing, the shaman takes a -4 penalty to armor class and cannot move. Attack, cast spells, use items and special abilities, or perform any other activity. Each round while the shaman dances, there is a 35% base chance plus 2% of each level of the shaman that a spirit will answer the call, up to a maximum of 75% at level 20. Any summoned spirit will disappear if the shaman moves, stops dancing, or if the spirits leave visual range. The spirits grow in power as the shaman gains additional levels. Level 1, minor animal spirits, snake, fox, hound, up to 2 spirit at the same time. Level 2, minor animal spirits, snake, fox, hound, up to 2 spirit at the same time. Level 3, minor animal spirits, snake, fox, hound, up to 2 spirit at the same time. Level 4, minor animal spirits, snake, fox, hound, up to 2 spirit at the same time. Level 6, major animal spirits. Bear, panther, boar, up to 3 spirits at the same time. Level 12, minor natural spirits. Lesser air spirit, lesser earth spirit, lesser fire spirit, up to 4 spirits at the same time. Level 18, major nature spirits. Air spirit, earth spirit, fire spirit, up to 5 spirits at the same time. Basically elementals. The type of the summoned spirit is randomly determined from all the spirits available at the shaman's level. For example, a level 12 shaman can summon either a minor nature spirit or a major animal spirit or a minor animal spirit, but cannot choose which ones appear. Spirits will do their best to protect the shaman, but are not controlled directly. Let's see. Does not gain bonus spells per day from High Wisdom. Alignment restricted to neutral good, true neutral, or neutral evil. May not dual class or multi-class. Ineligible for any stronghold. This affects only the Shadows of On campaign. Okay. And Baldur's Gate 2 Enhanced Edition. In Baldur's Gate 2 Enhanced Edition, hit die D8. Alright, so we're going to do Cleric. And let's see, this isn't Chaotic Evil. Lawful Good. Restricted to lawful good, neutral good, or chaotic good. Lathander. Boon. You know, I was a cleric of Lathander while I was in college. Alright, I'm gonna go do it this one. Alignment. Okay. Chaotic good. Chaotic good character. You've been wondering what the alignments mean. Chaotic good characters are strong individuals marked by a streak of kindness and benevolence. They believe in all the virtues of goodness and right, but they have little use for laws and regulations. Boy, I guess that means I'm chaotic good. They have no use for people who try to push folk around and tell them what to do. Damn, I am chaotic good. Their actions are guided by their own moral compasses that, although good, might not always be in perfect agreement with the rest of society. Holy shit, yeah, that's me. Hey, brave frontiersman forever moving on as settlers follow in his wake is an example of a chaotic good character. Okay. Do that. Abilities. Okay. Let's re-roll that. Charisma. Boy. Charisma's not great. Strength is higher. Intelligence is good. Let's re-roll. Okay, that's more well-rounded. Constitution is pretty high. Strength is okay. Charisma's better. Wisdom. Okay, I'll go with this one. Skills. What do I want to do? Okay, now I am a cleric, so I am restricted to specific weapons. We start out with a quarterstaff, so I'm going to add this. And I can add one other. I'm going to do mace. Now, spells. 2. Okay, so memorize 3 spells, level 1. Let's see, Armor of Faith. Protection against melee and magic attack. Okay, I'm gonna do Armor of Faith and Cure light wounds. Appearance. Okay, this is what I will look like. In the game world. What do I want to here? Ah. Okay. Hair. Skin. Okay, that looks good. Ah, right. Voice.
Onward! Death to you all! Your life ends here.
Time for a bit of the rough and tumble.
You got this coming!
Oh, that's dwarf.
If nobody else is gonna step up, why not? Ready for that nap anytime now. What's it gonna take to get a little action around here? Oh, that one's gonna leave a mark. Yeah? What do you want? Huh? What you got for me this time? Yeah, I'll get right on that. Top of my to-do list. Way ahead of you, boss. Ah! Oh! You got this coming!
Let's give them a right thrashing. Well, of course. I am the obvious choice. I grow torpid and require slumber.
God, this is Paladin. This screams Paladin.
How tedious all this becomes. My spleen! Yes, my life's blood seeps out. How may I be of assistance? What is it this time? Yes? I shall attend to it in a trice. It shall be as you wish.
Get over here. Right then, I'm in charge.
Okay, this could be thief or this could be dwarf.
That's about enough. For one day. You don't want my hands getting idle. I could use a little patching up.
Let's see.
Your life ends here. I alone belong here. I am so very weary. I grow tired of wasting time. I am certain to die without immediate aid. What would you have me do? Your wish? Hurry up! If you insist.
Time for a bit of the rough and tumble. Ha ha! I'll lead 'em well. I'll need to be resting soon. I should get moving before the whole day is a waste.
Oh.
Ha! Ah!
Batter them into bloody rubbish!
Ha! Death comes for you!
Have at you!
Jeez. Okay.
You got this coming!
Time for a bit of the rough and tumble.
Okay. I'm gonna go with this one. Okay, name. Let's see. Aventus Silverstank. Okay. I'm gonna do story mode for now to get through this early game. Then shuffle.
Nestled atop the cliffs that rise from the Sword Coast, the citadel of Candlekeep houses the finest and most comprehensive collection of writings on the face of Farron. It is an imposing fortress, kept in strict isolation from the intrigues that occasionally plague the rest of the Forgotten Realms. It is secluded, highly regimented, and it is home. Within these hallowed halls of knowledge, your story begins. You have spent most of your 20 years of life within this keep's austere walls, under the tutelage of the sage Gorion. Acting as your father, he has raised you on 1,000 tales of heroes and monsters, lovers and infidels, battles and tragedies. However, one story was always left untold, that of your true heritage. You have been told that you are an orphan, but your past is largely unknown. Lately, Gorion has been growing distant from you, as if some grave matter weighs heavily on his heart. You have asked about his concerns as gently as possible, but your queries have been in vain. Your sole comfort is the knowledge that he is a wise man, and you know he will tell you when the time is right. Nonetheless, his silence is troubling, and you cannot help but feel that something is terribly wrong. Today, Gorion has appeared more agitated than ever, and now he has uncharacteristically interrupted your chores in the middle of the day, imparting hurried instructions for you to equip yourself for travel. He has handed you what gold he can spare, but given no clue as to why. Nevertheless, you now stand before the Candlekeep Inn, ready to purchase what you need for an unplanned and unexpected journey.
Okay, and here we are in the game. Okay, let me, before I do a little bit of the gameplay, I'm not going to do a whole lot, because, as I said, this is a big investment playing. It's where you go back to the game. You can go back to the game when you're in another screen. Here's your map. This is key locations here. Priest quarters, Temple of Ogma, the storehouse, Candlekeep, clinic, bunkhouse, barracks. Your quests, your journal keeps track of, things that were said and things that were done. This is your inventory, and you would be able to go through all your characters. You would click on them here, and you would have like a list of characters here that are in your party, and it will have all your stats and stuff that you have, and how much gold you've got on your on hand and everything. Turn off that. And then this is another screen that has like other details on it for you to go through your stats. I think this is where you would this is also where you would level up, and we would eventually dual class if you wanted to dual class later. And details like your biography, skills, abilities, everything here, all easily accessible. Mage spells. As a cleric, I don't have anything in here. Priest spells. This is where they're all at. And these are the ones that I would have access to. Right. Memorized 2 of 2. So I do get a few spells to create a magical cudgel, the +2 bonus to its attack. Okay. Armor of Faith. Settings. This is the enhanced edition, so you really wouldn't get much of the settings that you have here. You can save the game, load it, set gameplay options here, change difficulties, change the tooltip delays, enable cloud saves if you wanted to do that, area map background, multiplayer chat box. There was multiplayer in this, just like the ones in Larian. Rest until healed. Yeah, do that. Let's see, max HP on level up. You can set that if you want. No difficulty based damage increase. You can set those. Assign keys, feedback, and auto pause. You can change those settings. Sound. You can do selection sounds always, command sounds seldom or often. Then you can set the volumes for different sounds, character subtitles, battle cries, character movement sounds. They talk a lot in this. Graphics. Okay. Here's where things are different in the enhanced edition. So it's using OpenGL rather than just direct draw, which that's what it used to do. Zoom lock, sprite outlines, grayscale on pause. If you put grayscale on pause, keep that on there, then you will know when you are paused, know when the game's paused. Dither allows dither characters obscured by objects. Yeah, that way you can see characters that are obscured by objects. You can see them. Nearest neighbor scaling. Enable this option to render creatures and spell animations using the nearest neighbor method. Disable it to apply a linear scale method which smooth out the sprites for a smoother, slightly out of focus look. That's why it looks so blurry. Allow scrolling out of bounds. Area map zoom transition. Okay. Zoom lock. Reset the zoom level. No. Sprite outlines. Okay. No. And you can set the font size there. And that's about that. Turn the game. You move your mouse to the edge of the screen to scroll. And then you click to move. Now these tutors here, these are NPCs that you can talk to that tell you, how all this works, how to do all of this in the game. But I'll talk to one of them anyway to show you exactly how the dialogue system works.
Shall we continue your lessons?
Okay, and again, this shows you how to do the game. You'll find this in the original version as well. Tells you how to pause the game. That's this button down here. This is where you can rest. You have to rest in order to, regain your spells and everything. Help. And then the quick save button. You will be saving often. But you will die often. About the area map. Camera zoom, movement, combat rounds. Don't have to go through with any of that because I've already showed you what it does. And this pauses the game. The combat is not turn-based. In the Larian's game, it is turn-based. This is sort of almost like Final Fantasy VII's active battle system. It's not completely turn-based. Your characters do act on initiatives rolls, but it's if while you're doing stuff, the enemy can do stuff too. It's not perfectly turn-based. So let's continue. Okay, we're going to talk to her. Says, "Oh, hello. Hey, have you seen my copy of the histories of how do you pronounce it? Haura? Anywhere? You know how I can't stand the constant shuffling of arithmetic feet upon the library. So I thought I'd get a bit of fresh air just east of here. And oh, I hate being so absent-minded. Please, if you find it, I really do need it back." Okay, so this here, the way this looks, this is scaled up. You can adjust the font size because otherwise it's really tiny. And with my vision, I can't see the original UI very well. So you can scale this up pretty good. So I've got my first quest. Here's some cows. Murr. Another tutor. I'm not going to talk to him. We don't really need to. Okay, and We can go inside here. This is how you get inside buildings.
Hello.
Ah. Okay, Shank. Oh, goody goody. I've gone and found ye first. You are the ward of Gorion, no doubt. It says, I am. What can I do for you? I do not recognize you. What are you? Who are you, and what are you doing here? Leave me be. I have pressing matters that I must attend to. I do not recognize you. Who are you, and what are you doing here? Who am I is unimportant, but who you are is very much so. I apologize for this dirty bit of business, but I must seek your death. A pity, I know, but it would seem your head is worth an exceptional amount to me. Oh? I kill you myself. Let's see. I kill you myself, and I need not share credit with anyone. Okay. Alright. So, let's see. This is Turn Undead. Fist. And that is this. Special abilities. Okay, this is Hold Undead. Boon of Lathander. Let's see. This is Talk. Let's see. Oh, that turns that off. I don't think I have placed any spells on that bar. Armor of Faith. How do I execute this? Nope. I'm not entirely sure how to place these on the bar. Oh, just gonna fight this guy. Oh, well, that didn't take long. Okay, let me loot some chests here. Grab some stuff. Nope. Nothing in that. Oh, some money in that. There is a Warhammer. Nothing in that. Okay, so I just had a guy try to kill me for some reason.
Done and done.
Whoa. Oh. Parta, Adventus, Silverstank. You cut yourself above the brow there. What is wrong, child? Something in your eyes tells me that something is very wrong indeed. Goes, oh, Parta, there was a man in there. He smelled like the stables, and he tried to kill me. It was horrible. It's nothing. Okay, some guy tried to off me. Hurry then, child. Equip yourself at the inn and go join Gorion on the steps of the library. I had a sense something like this might happen. Oh. That's a first for me. And, oh! Here's her book. She lost her book. Let's go take her book back. And if you notice, this game is not holding your hand in any way. These were old school RPGs. This is why I said this is a long-term investment to play this. These games did not hold your hand. Like, do you see quest markers anywhere in here? I have quests, I have places to go, and there are no quest markers. Nothing that tells me exactly where I need to go. And that's why this game took so long to play. Is because it didn't hold your hand. In any way. It didn't hold your hand. So these were old school. These were difficult. Kids today, you guys wouldn't be able to handle this game.
Hello there.
It was my book. Oh, you remind me of Gorion when you grin like that. Raising you has been hard on him, I know, but he says it's a toil of love, a toil of destiny even. You must be a very special child indeed to draw such praise from a man of his silent nature. Here, take this little gem of mine. Maybe Winthrop will give you a little something for it. Okay. There's some more there's an opportunity for more combat. Let's go down over here. There's a guy's house and it's overrun with rats. This is a temple. This is where you could, like, get resurrected or have diseases cured and things like that. Go talk to this guy. I thought I asked you to clear the rats out of this building yesterday already. Hop to it. Get in there. Alright, so got to kill the rats. Let's get into the house. Ah, Mises.
Time for a bit of the rough and tumble.
I'm taking them out. These guys are not that big of a threat to me. Oh, another rat. Die. Die, rat. Alright, got him. Alright, that's it. No more rats. Let's see. Silver ring? Nothing? Nothing. Alright, let's go. Ah, yes. Kill them like the rats that they are. A glorious battle like any this world has ever seen. Here's a 5 gold piece. Don't spend it on one place. I think there's a way of speeding up the edge. I didn't see it in the options. Let's see. And play mouse scroll speed. Okay. Do that? Let's see. Yes! Okay. So, I get over here. And we'll come back to the end. And your character will run along, follow. There's some of that dithering, so you can see him moving beside the wall. And back to the end. Alright, go inside.
A simple task.
And there we are. This is the original Baldur's Gate. I think this is about as much of the game as I can show you. Again, as I said, this sort of game is a long-term investment of time to be able to play through. And it doesn't hold your hand. So you're going to be at this for a long time. And that, my friends, is Baldur's Gate. The game that started it all. First game in the series that has now come into its 3rd game, thanks to Larian Studios. This was a very brief, very basic look at the game. Not a lot of gameplay, but it gets really good later on. And the story is excellently written. Deep, rich characters. Deep, rich story. There is a reason why these are such beloved D&D games. from back in the day. Baldur's Gate, Baldur's Gate 2, Icewind Dale II, even the Dark Alliance games, except for the most recent one, are so beloved because they were so good. This was when the Bioware magic was being born. Bioware magic that is being mourned today. Anyway, thank you for watching. I have been Mike the Zorch. There will be more videos of retro games coming in the future. Now, it is time for everyone to roll initiative again because those goblins are back. I've got to go.